So this was October 2021, 2 days before Halloween. Almost, look at the size of that tree, almost 30 years to the day of the 1991 Halloween storm is what we called it on the island off Cape Gloucester. They called it the perfect storm. And of course, that guy wrote the book, they made that movie. And what it was is we had three severe weather systems that all formed at once off the coast of Nova Scotia, causing this incredible, insane storm of magnitudes that like meteorologists had never seen. Seas that were literally like 100 feet tall. Now, this, of course, wasn't that bad compared to that. A nor'easter is basically a hurricane and a tornado combined. Nor'easters do more damage on this island than a tornado or a hurricane. So anyways, we'd had like 3 days of no power, and I was bored. And I'd read like 9 books, and it was 5 a.m. and I was getting ready to go to bed, and I was like, I could go to sleep, or I could go out and take one of my neighbor's kayaks out and just, the storm was winding down at this point. So even though, I got my beacon right there, even though, it wasn't raging like it was, the winds were still clicking around 80 knots, which is, hurricane force, tornado force, wind gusts up to 100 miles an hour. The seas were actually calm on shoreline. Out at sea, they were, the seas were higher. At the peak of the storm, the seas were 30 to 60 foot swells. So I did take my neighbor's kayak out. He's only here for the summer. He's kind of a dick. He's got like 60 of them. He's not going to notice one was gone. And of course, I planned on putting it back unharmed. So I got about 200 yards out, maybe a little further, and I got dumped. A giant wind gust came and flipped me right over. And when it flipped me, the water underneath was churning so fast from the rip currents and the undertow that it somersaulted me, like the washing machine effect. You just keep spinning. I finally was able to get up to my feet, get my bearings, and the kayak was gone. I mean, it was just gone. I couldn't even see it. I thought I saw it down by the jetty. So this is me making my way down towards the jetty to get the kayak. And this is October, so the water's cold, and I'm not in a wetsuit. I just had my North Face and my gear on and my beacon and, my GoPro. I wasn't bringing my Pro Cam. And there's my beacon. And so I'm walking down to the jetty because, I wanted to return the kayak. And but the wind is still like crazy, especially right here on the open face of the beach at Bank Street, probably between about 60 miles an hour. Wind gusts were about 80. And what I really love about this is there's a great bird shot coming up here. I cut a lot of this out. I love during the storms when the shorebirds and the seagulls huddle together for safety. And when they fly away too, they always use the wind, to their advantage. Watch right here. God, that is so beautiful. They're all in rhythm. It's like a dance. Jeez. You can see the wind right here. It's crazy. And there's debris and shit flying at you. And the sand that's pelting you feels like a million little needles hitting you. It's in your eyes. It's everywhere. Long story short, I didn't find the kayak. It had been hung up on the jetty for like a minute, and then it was gone. Crazy enough, I'm not even kidding. I think it was about 2 weeks later. I was on the bay side of the island. Just goes to show you how the currents work on this island. And it had circled all the way around the island to the other side, to the bay side. I was on the Brewster Flats, and I found the kayak. And it was filled with like debris and a bird's nest and all this crazy stuff. I cleaned it up. It was fine, and I brought it back. No harm, no foul. But yeah, it's kind of a funny video.